Live, 7:30 tonight on 9.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stadium Australia, where the Australians are really carving the Kiwis up. It's 22-0 in the Anzac Test match. As we come down to the tunnels, the aerial pictures, of course, over the stadium tonight, courtesy of the Goodyear blimp. Richie Barnett leading his team back out. They've got troubles on the scoreboard. They've got injury problems as well. I'm just not so sure how serious they are. Craig Smith a problem, Robbie Paul a problem, Matt Rua a problem. Wharton's got the top performers for the first half. Here they are.
Well, for Australia, you could have had 17 top performers, but Brett Kamali has been absolutely brilliant out there tonight. He's run at will. His kicking game's been very good. Gordon Tallis, very strong in the forward, some bustling runs, some good offloads, and Darren Lockyer, safe as ever at the back. And a couple of those runs have been sensational, 40, 50-metre jobs. So plenty of top performers there for the Australian team. And the Kiwis, I found a couple who have tried pretty hard in the first half. Stacey Jones, he really came to life with about 15 minutes to go and started to run the football, and his kicking game was good. Stephen Kearney has tried extra hard tonight. And Matt Rua made that good bust early, was pulled back, but leads the tackle count there with 17 tackles for the Kiwis.
Bill Harrigan just waiting to call time on, and there it is. The Kiwis, right to left, second half, and a very big job in front of them with 40 minutes of play remaining. Second play for the Australia, and Wendell Saylor it is, who'll play the ball just inside the 30-metre line. He was very good. He got a try in the first half, but his work cleaning up a couple of opportunities for the Kiwis was just as good as the try. Away now for Kamali and his kicking game. It's an Australian side that you really can't contain. It's no use saying, well, let's shut Fittler down. You've got Kamali as well. He kicks adroitly and as well as Fittler. Once you plug one of the holes, another one opens. That's basically the problem. Here's Vainikolo now.
Ray, I was keen to see how those three players you mentioned, Jason Smith, Kamali and Fittler, fitted in to the attacking lineup and the balance that they were going to come up with. It's been perfect tonight. Nobody's dominated. They've all had plenty of the footy, as we see. A bust made by Pulatua. The first, he got support, but he can't find Robbie Paul.
So the Kiwis starting the second half similar to the first. Clean break as it comes across for Kearney. A floating ball over now for Vainikolo. And Leslie Vainikolo to play it on tackle 5. Jones bombing. Tyron Smith after it, but Darren Lockyer right underneath it. And Bill Harrigan taking it out to the 20-metre line. I think Darren was of the opinion he may have been in the field of play when he caught that.
Yeah, I think Bill might have got a call from a touch judge saying that he was taken in the in-goal area.
From the blimp, here's Darren. And he was certainly in the in-goal area, so the touch judge got it right. Webke. Clash of bodies. Joe Vunganar and Stephen Kearney bouncing away from Webke. Jason Smith. Andrew Voss has been to the sheds. Yes, Andrew.
And Ray, the news, not all that flash out of the New Zealand room. Matt Rua is out of the match with a neck injury. You'll notice Robbie Paul is back out there, but he's also nursing a neck problem, and Craig Smith is less than 100% fit, but he is playing out this second half. From Frank Endicott, he just thought they have to start again. He thought that they created a few chances in the first half and they had to build on that. And from the Australian room, as we watch this Australian attack diffused there by Richie Barnett, I spoke to Greg Bretnell from the Australian coaching staff. The message from Chris Anderson, let's not get too haphazard in attack. Let's just keep the pressure on, play it down New Zealand's end. No injuries in the Aussie room.
So the second tackle for the New Zealanders, just outside their 20-metre line. With Tyron Smith from the West Tigers. Kearney. He will be involved in a big match coming up in just over a week. Melbourne v Newcastle. Rogers. To tomorrow, incidentally, on the Wide World of Sports, you'll see that magnificent coverage that the boys always provide. Derby Doncaster Day, live from midday on the one and only tomorrow. $8 million day of racing, televised by the Nine Network exclusively tomorrow. Now, Kamali, support is coming, and away goes Gordon Tallis. Tallis, score, try number 5. Australia 26-0. Kamali, he was through like a will-o'-the-wisp, and then Big Gordon joined in. And he got the big legs pumping.
New Zealand might have made the first bust, but the telling one in the second half has come from Brett Kamali again, getting on the outside of Jay Bunganar, the little man, the speed man, up against the big forward. And Gordon Tallis, the raging bull on the inside, goes in under the black dot, straightens up to commit Richie Barnett and finds the support.
Well, he's picked his mark very well tonight, Brett Kamali. He spotted Bunganar there, put a little in and away on him, just got on the outside of him, ordinary attempt at tackle, and away he went. From now, it's just a matter of who was going to get there in support, and it turned out to be Gordon Tallis, the Brisbane Broncos' big barnstorming back rower, and away he goes. On your Gordy, under the sticks.
Ryan Girdler would be spitting chips, and I think he might be.
Well, I'm having a conversation in the background. They're all good terms. They're having a nice time out there.
Gordon's try has been converted. It is Australia 28, New Zealand no score, 6 minutes gone, second half.
7:25 Tuesday, all is quiet. By 7:30, the fun is just beginning. Entertainment for the whole family and laughs galore. Join Kim Kilby for Australia's funniest home video show, 7:30 Tuesday on Channel 9.
Our girls want to speak to you now. Call us anytime, 24 hours on 1900 12 5000. One-on-one action, uncensored, live and hot. We're everything you want us to be, and you won't be disappointed. We're waiting for you. Call us now on 1900 12 5000. That's 1900 12 5000.
For quality cement tile roof restoration and iron re-roofing, call Modern Roofing now and get 20% off restoration and 10% off iron replacement. That's 20% off cement tile restoration and 10% off iron re-roofing, 6 months interest-free. For great roofing values, great savings and quality workmanship, call Modern Roofing now. 1311 78, 7 days a week.
Yes, Modern are the best. Call us now.
Oh, man. Look, see all these cabs coming? This is for the plane coming through. Yeah, right, we can get you straight to the festival here. And this is my helper, he's an elf, if you want to say hello to him.
Hi.
I'm not an elf. Let's just push the bags, huh? I'm sorry about that. You know what I don't get? There's like 2 of us here, and we can't work as a team. So you'll be right to go. The second the transport gets here, we're like, we're out of here, yeah? Correct? I was taught you just have to grab the trolley and walk. That's the whole point. The second I'm talking, you've got to be in there.
G'day, Sydney here to introduce our new Comfort Zone bedding range.
There's the Doctor's Choice range, available in soft, medium or firm. Incredible value at only $5.99. Or there's the Chiro Osteo range, endorsed by the Chiropractic and Osteopathic College of Australasia, with zone toughened springs to support your body correctly. Available in soft, medium and firm, all at the one low price of only $6.99. Exclusive to Sydney's lounges and available at all 10 great locations. And still pay only $10 deposit with 2 years to pay.
Paper! Get your paper!
Have you heard the good news? New Oaks Warehouse is clearing all 1999 stock. Current model as new showroom condition Ford executive and program vehicles with many options and colours, all with balance of new car warranty and all at warehouse prices. But be quick, good news travels fast.
You know where to go?
New Oakley's Warehouse, Lever Street, Oakland.
Gee, they sell a lot of Fords there.
Australian Lighting's Easter sale is on now. By order of management, it's a total liquidation of all stock. Low voltage lights, crystal pendants, outside lights. All kinds of lights are being sold out. Halogen floor lamp, $39. Crystal pendant, half price, $299. Modern halogen pendant, half price, $89. Low voltage kits, only $14.95. Bring your house plans and do a deal. This is a total liquidation of all stock. Sale is on now at all Australian Lighting stores. So, where you going?
8 o'clock Tuesday, go for it, Super Stud.
I had a dream about you last night.
He's unstoppable.
You were on fire and I put you out with a big hose.
And he doesn't know when to stop.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
Drew Carey, 8 o'clock Tuesday on 9.
28-0 from Stadium Australia. National Nine's coverage of the Test match, the Anzac Day Test match, which bears no similarity at all to last year's scoreboard. They were very competitive in 3 matches last year. There were only 6 points between them. That was the biggest margin in 3 Test matches last year. But now we've got 28-0 on the board, and David Middleton is starting to look for the biggest winning margin by an Australian side. 22-20 when they last met in the Tri-Nations final. 44-0 was the biggest margin for Australia over the Kiwis. Vaynerchuk with it now.
And I think that's under threat, Ray. I think with the mood that this Australian team are in and the ease that they are cracking the defensive line, could be anything. And here's Richard Swain picking up some good metres in the middle of the ruck.
Smith taking Vanganar with him. Or Vanganar hanging in there, hoping for a ball, a short ball. It didn't come. Jones punching it down to Matty Rogers. Equalled his dad's point-scoring record for the Sharks against Newcastle on last Friday. He's translated that over to Test match football tonight with another bag of points, including a try. Rodney Howe, Melbournian on Melbournian, and Howe is down for the count. Rodney Howe sickened by a Stephen Kearney shoulder.
I'll tell you what, Stephen Kearney's a little bit dusty out of it as well, as you can see. But what a shoulder charge. Rodney Howe straight to the deck, an almost delayed reaction with Stephen Kearney.
Well, the Melbourne Storm coach happens to be the Australian coach. He might be saying, come on, boys, ease up. We're playing the Bulldogs here on Tuesday. This one's all over. All credit to Stephen Kearney. He hasn't given up at all.
Shades of Carroll and Harrigan from Marathon a couple of years back. The Kiwis attacking. Craig Smith. Smith.
Well, this is where Stacey Jones or one of the Paul brothers have got to look for Rodney Howe in the defensive line and take him on.
Jones turning it in for Henry, Paul, and then Jones. Just about got under the tackle from Sean Timmins. Malcolm Swade back to the right for Henry Paul. Now for Tony Pumatua. And Brad Fittler hangs on to the youngster from Penrith. Swain running the short side. Sailor's there again. Well, he's like the office cleaner, isn't he? Wendell Sailor, like the local Garbo. He's cleaning everything up back there, frustrating them. 28-0, and Sailor does his job again.
He might have missed that tackle, but I do think Richard Swain's been one of the better performers for the Kiwis. Tried hard. Jason Lowry winding up. He runs into Rodney Howe, only just to get a pass away to Richie Barnett.
30-metre line. Go to the blind side. Come back through Craig Smith and gets the ball away. Barnett. Oh, one of the Paul brothers, Robbie. He was lining his troops up. He didn't have his mind on what was happening with the football, and he was lining up his troops when that ball was given to him. and he puts it down. Timmins. Just outside his 30-metre line. Rogers dummy hard. Jason Smith takes it up. Swain is there with Lowry. Hetherington looks for Fletcher. Fletcher ahead. Little dummy off to the outside. Then a step off on their foot to the halfway line for Kamali. Now to try and ignite them. Tallis put down 39 away from the Kiwis line. 28-0. It's been crossed 5 times. Kamali's pass good for Fletcher. Fletcher into a half a gap. And he's put it down.
Ryan, you were trying to offload it. You had the ball out in front of you.
Harrigan will pack a scrum just outside the New Zealand 20-metre line.
Brian Fletcher trying to get the ball into the right arm and an offload going. Actually knocked out by Henry Paul, but Will Harrigan ruling that he was attempting to pass.
So David Kidwell is about to come into the game. Frank Endicott leaving a long time into the game to use his final interchange player, or to give him some game time. Smith to the other Smith. In fact, 3 of them out there. This is Tyron. Jones, Kearney, and Henry Paul just doing a bat along the line. It had to be done very quickly after Vainikolo. Kearney again.
Go, on your feet.
Jones. Lockyer. Geez, a good player, Stephen Kearney. I watch him. He's just becoming so proficient. And his defence is just so hard. Beautiful ball player. Tallis. Stevens got it over the line. Bill Harrigan said no try. Hetherington for Kamali. Kamali to the 40-metre line, calling Fittler on the inside. Fittler's in traffic. Gets it away for Lockyer. Lockyer goes to the defensive line. Stevens takes it ahead inside the 30. Pops it back for Lockyer. Lockyer gets it away for Timmins. Timmins inside ball for Rogers now. He beats one, gets it back. Hetherington pumps it along the line. Now it's with Kamali. Kamali gets it away, and Brad Fittler knocks on.
Great work by the Australians. They're running the Kiwis ragged. Some beautiful passing there, in particular from Darren Lockyer. The way he holds it up, selectively hits the man he wants. Craig Smith off to the blood bin again.
This is Kidwell. Blackmore. I think he's lost it. Yes. I think Kamali's got it, one-on-one. He's penalised him, though. He must have been of the feeling that the tackle had been made.
Well, again, the touchy came to the fore there, Ray. It was on the far side, so difficult for Bill Harrigan to see. And when Brett Kamali was penalised, he got straight up, looked to the touchy, had a word with him, saying it was a fair contest, sir.
Joe Vunganai. Robbie Paul. David Kidwell. Good tackle by Fittler. Something about Fittler that doesn't probably draw a lot of attention because he's just a freak of a player in attack. Ball in his hands. Here he is. The intercept specialist is on his way. Ryan Girdler. Girdler does it again. How many times?
Yeah, I was delighted to see Ryan Girdler make the Australian team. He had a wonderful year last year and he's continued it on for the Panthers. And he is so good at this. He doesn't put his team under pressure. And he sniffs them out better than anybody. He can sense when an intercept is on. You can see there, he's just up in the defensive line. Play continues. And it's open spaces. Long run to the line, but he doesn't mind that. And just have a look at this. If we freeze it there, you can see him already starting to come up. He comes up into the line as play continues. He knows that it's on. There he is. He's already up amongst them. And it was basically thrown straight to him. He didn't have to reach it, hit him on the chest. Away he goes.
So, Girdler gets his first test try. The intercept king. Rogers will convert from right in front. And to the boys up in the blimp, great stuff. Great stuff. Following it down the park. With the Goodyear blimp and the cameraman up there doing a fine job. Rogers converts 34-0. 55 minutes gone. Back in a moment.
From the moment of discovery to their night in the spotlight,
you're a star.
The competition is fierce.
Go the fiddle.
6:30 tonight, the Starstruck search continues.
Then at 7:30.
My feet are killing me.
Insightful.
The drunker the guy's got.
The prettier you got.
And damn tough.
Settle down, sunshine.
Starstruck, followed by Russell Gilbert, live tonight on 9.
Australian Lighting's Easter sale is on now. By order of management, it's a total liquidation of all stock. Low voltage lights, crystal pendants, outside lights. All kinds of lights are being sold out. Halogen floor lamp, $39. Crystal pendant, half price, $299. Modern halogen pendant, half price, $89. Low voltage kits, only $14.95. Bring your house plans and do a deal. This is a total liquidation of all stock. Sale is on now at all Australian Lighting stores. So, where you going?
With so many copies of The Sixth Sense, it will be in store or you'll rent it free. That's the Blockbuster promise. Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
In a world where nothing lasts forever, shouldn't you choose an ASCO? ASCO, built to last longer.
There are jobs out there where every day is different, but the training is so good it sets you up for life. And where you not only earn a good wage, you earn respect. Right now, there are over 40 different types of jobs to choose from in today's army. So do something for yourself and your country. Whether you want to be a soldier or an officer, call 13 1901. The Army, the Edge.
Nice gloves. $3,000, pal.
Shop smart at Sportsmart's Easter holiday half-price sale. Top brand footy boots and cross trainers up to half price. Wilson, Dunlop and Yonex tennis rackets up to half price. 22-piece bench packages, a crazy $199, plus a giant $1 million golf gear clearance. Shop smart at Sportsmart, Northcote, Noble Park and Moorabbin, Melbourne's largest sports warehouse.
Sunday, we will telecast the Northern Eagles versus Brisbane. As at 34-0, we come back at the 55th minute. Kamali. Kearns. Rodney Howe, they're just checking the state of his concussion. Stevens. How many fingers? What's your name? Where are we? Kearney. Nicola. Robbie Paul away for Joe Vunganar. And that is the 30-metre line as the Kiwis attack. Lowry shoveling it for Swade. Jones. Oh dear. Well, total misunderstanding between Henry Paul and Stacey Jones. They're too good to make those sort of mistakes. It's nothing more than a misunderstanding, although both the Paul brothers have had a couple of embarrassing moments with their handling tonight.
Yeah, Ray, they've been guilty of not expecting the football at all times, and it has gone down 3 or 4 times when they had every right to catch the footy. Great pass to Jason Smith.
Now, here he goes again. Brett Kamali, and a good tackle, one-on-one from Barnett. Australia, though, threatening the line again. Kamali now, losing the ball. Blackmore with it for the Kiwis. This will be a penalty.
Yeah, one's called 0. The ball's come loose. Doesn't matter, someone did.
I know it's lopsided, 34-0, but you've got to say that Brett Kamali is having a hell of a game. And I mean, a lot of people have been saying, oh, gee, was he entitled to the job in front of Andrew Johns? It's not a time to argue that anymore. What we have to do is sit back and delight in the work that he's putting together tonight. Jones. That ball looked to go forward, and it's been called as such. Andrew sideline.
Yeah, I'll tell you what about Brett Kamali, what he is proving again tonight is what a big occasion player he is. Think back to the last time he actually played here at Stadium Australia. That was Grand Final Day when he was the Clive Churchill medal winner, and I wouldn't be surprised tonight if he ends up with the McDonald's $1,000 man of the match.
Well, he'd be up there, and I suppose a lot of people wishing this game was a lot closer, that the Kiwis are putting up a better effort, but it's just good to be here and marvel at how well the Australians are playing and the skill and talent which they do possess.
Fittler. Stevens.
Jason, you pull it. Stevens in there with you. 2-on-1.
So the tap. Keeping the pot boiling for Robbie Kerr. 15 from the line. Hill. Fletcher. Desperate tackle by Henry Paul. Hetherington. He's lost the ball. Kearney made to play it now. 8 metres out from the Kiwi line. Gee, look at this defence. They're really driving, aren't they? Imagine being underneath that. 34-0, second play, third play now, 59 minutes gone, and they're going nowhere. The Australians have probably lifted a gear in defence. They haven't had, I suppose, a lot of it to do. Swade. 5th tackle, and they are 22 metres away from where they started. This will need to be a good kick. Paul sending it down. It was a good kick. 25 away from the Aussie line. With Lockett. His ankle has stood up to the week of training. Sailor. Try scorer. 1 of 6 in the game. Fittler. Ooh, driven down. Gee. Strong tackle, Robbie Paul. 17, Chris McKenna. Another of the try scorers. Away from a fragile tackle. Pulled down by big Joe Vunganar. And Chris unable to continue. What's happened here is teaching at the... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Straight away, there's plenty of concern The left ankle you saw got caught in under the tackler. Cairns calling to the bench to hit him off.
Well, what a mixed bag he's had. Chris McKenna debuted for Australia, scored a try, and that doesn't look very nice to me, although the fact that they're bringing him off like that might not be the worst news. 34-0 at the 61st minute.
On 60 Minutes, the Doomsday Machine.
To see those missiles come out, ran chills up and down my back.
The men with the power to destroy the world.
Welcome to my command center.
For the first time, inside the secret nuclear bunkers of Russia and America.
We could possibly end civilization as we know it.
And the biggest sculpture in the world.
I'll carve the whole mountain.
50 years on and still carving.
Yeah, really nuts. Wheels.
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday.
You'll find everything you need for Easter projects at Bunnings Warehouse, all at the lowest prices every day. Like 12-rail clothes era, $11.90. 3-tier pine shelf, $19.98. Bosch 450-watt impact drill, $97. 4-litre Dulux X10 weather shield, $44.70. Trade line entry set, $10.55 each. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Hey, you need oil.
No, wait, this tastes heaps better.
But baby, it's slick. Greasy peanut butter could smell you off a half a mile. Greasy peanut butter. So you to spread, so through the bread.
I like Kraft peanut butter best because it's never oily and never dry.
Pretty slick, huh?
Kraft peanut butter. Never oily, never dry.
The air in your home contains dust and bacteria. All vacuum cleaners pick up dirt, but some can blow tiny particles back into the air. The Electrolux Oxygen has a clean stream filter that traps these particles. So it keeps the air in your home clean, as well as the floor.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if by some miracle we could all help find a cure for cancer? Now the Australian Cancer Society, together with the Sunraysia Natural Beverage Company and its retail partners, offer you that chance. Curing cancer requires research. Research costs money. So please remember that each time you purchase any of Sunraysia's leading gourmet natural fruit juices or liquid fruits, you are contributing 5 cents per bottle to the work of the Australian Cancer Society. Thank you.
Come on, all you aces, fire up your tyre-tearing street machines, because it's Easter Nats time at the famous Sandown racetrack. Cruise the track, smoke rubber in the burnouts, and whilst you're at it, blow your mates into the weeds in the street drags. See the big blocks, marvel at the show and shine, hitch a ride in a NASCAR, you name it, the Easter Nats has got it. The Easter Nats, where the man in the seat looks after the fan on his feet. Remember, that's the Easter Nats at Sandown. Call 9853 7266. That's 9853 7266.
Worried about hair loss? Well, now there is something you can do about it. Advanced Hair Studio with selected pharmacists now have a revolutionary treatment proven to prevent baldness. Hair loss can be retarded, and hair regrowth has actually been achieved in 84% of cases. Phone this number now for further information. A consultant is waiting to take your call. Phone now.
So the Sharks utility player, Chris McKenna, from the park. As the Australians take it just inside the 40-metre line. Kiwis end of the ground. Fittler a dummy half for a moment before Kamali has put in a skyscraper of a kick. Up they go, down they come. The Kiwis are with it. Lowry back for Blackmore. At the scoreboard, 34-0 reminds me that these two sides, you'd have to think, were the favourites for the World Cup in November. And have a look at the gap between them. An inspection on the leg of McKenna.
Yeah, Ray, in all fairness to the New Zealand side, it has been a less than ideal preparation for them. You know, they would have loved to have had their English connection out here and had a longer period of time with the players. And obviously come November, they'll be able to put in a lot more preparation, so I think that they'll be a far better side than what we've seen here tonight.
So the last tackle. Jones, a little kick looking for the Paul brothers. They were there together. Unfortunately, there was a green and gold jumper there before them, belonging to Brad Fittler. Wendell Saylor. He will feature in the match next Friday night that we will televise from ANZ. Brisbane v Parramatta. Brisbane's bogey sides. Tallis very close to the sideline. I thought they might have gone on with it there, the Kiwis, and given a penalty. Kamali, Kearns, Hetherington, Kamali kicking back into the in goal. Beautiful weight on it. Barnett. That's nice work. Vainikolo back into the field of play. Adventurous. David Kidwell. And the weight on that kick was lovely. He got it off the outside edge of the boot. A little bit of Ricky Stewart about it. Penalty has gone to the black and whites. Offside against Jason Stevens. As Jones finds the line on the western side. Craig Smith. Oh, that's good work. And then around the corner from Kidwell. Is it? Yeah, David Kidwell's pass going over the sideline. They're trying to generate something, even though the hopes are forlorn.
Well, it's David Kidwell. He's trying something around the corner pass, hoping that Vainikolo would be there, but the big fella had started to drift back inside. A lot of handling errors in the game tonight, but it's been pretty open, exciting rugby league, especially from the Aussies.
Lockyer spreading the ball early and wide to Saylor. It had a little punctuation mark about it, though. Rogers. He's come away clutching at his thigh. Girdler losing it. And Nigel Wanganar will play at 30-metre line, hit his own end of the park for Pulatua to make the 40-metre line.
Been very good, Pulatua. Came into the game fairly late off the interchange bench, and he's been a real handful for the Australian defence every time he's touched the football. Bobby Paul takes it inside the Australian half. Still looking for their first point. Stacey Jones on pass to David Kidwell, but he's met immediately by Matt Rogers and Sean Timmins.
Tallis coming in as the third tackler, cleaning everybody up. What's the story on Chris McKenna, Andrew?
Well, the word from the Australian Dr. Roy Saunders is that Chris McKenna, first and foremost, he won't be back tonight. He's confident there's no fracture. At the best, it's only strained ligament, but at the worst, it could be torn ligament damage. But as I say, he will not be back tonight, Chris McKenna.
The Paul brothers now, with Henry playing at 40 metres out on tackle 5. Jones goes back to the touchline before putting a kick in, and Lockyer was right underneath it, so it certainly wasn't a kick that bothered anybody. Lockyer through and away, back outside the 40-metre line, own into the ground. Hill, 7 line breaks to 1 in favour of the Kangaroos, which it is right and proper to call them these days. Webke. Once upon a time, unless you're a member of the team that represented Australia in Great Britain and France, you weren't allowed to be called a kangaroo. These boys these days carry that name, and rightly so. Timmins. 4th tackle gone. 5th gone. Kamali, Fittler, face ball. Girdler puts a kick in for Saylor. Saylor's in behind them. Saylor's got his hands on it. Oh! Did a touch anyway.
Yeah, and a pretty ordinary collision over there. Both boys are down. Barnett and Saylor. Richie's copped the worst of it. Good little chip from Ryan Girdler. Saylor comes through. His foot was in touch when he kicked it. That's why the touchy's got his flag up. Oh, whisker.
Gee, that's a nasty head collision, isn't it? Both players travelling at speed. And, oh, sickening blow.
Dear, dear. Barnett has taken this right on the cheekbone. There's nothing wrong with Wendell. Richie has copped it. Blood pouring out of him. Andrew.
It's a little sadistic to mention it, but believe it or not, Ray, it's Richie Barnett's birthday today too. Leading the Kiwis, they trail 34-0, and he's got one heck of a headache right now.
Looks like one broken nose, I would say, as well. We've got to applaud the Australian selectors as well. I think every player out there, well, I know that every player out there has justified their selection. The players like Jason Smith and Jason Hetherington shown faith in. They've had a season punctuated with some injuries. They've both been wonderful tonight. Sean Timmins has been excellent in the centres, preparing to be with Girdler. And I think that a tremendous performance also from Scott Hill, a young man who has not even played State of Origin football yet. He will this year, no doubt about that. He's been wonderful coming off the bench, and when you look at interchange benches these days, you've got to say, well, we want them to have an impact in the game, and Hill has done exactly that.
Crowd tonight, 26,023. That's about what they predicted. 26,023. 66.5 minutes gone, 34-0 Australia, and Richie Barnett with a broken nose. Yes, you mentioned State of Origin, Peter, and of course that is exclusive. It's live and exclusive to the 9 network, the wide world of sports. Stadium Australia will host Game 1 on May 10. And that's where you get your tickets. Ticketek 9266 4800. 9266 4800. Game 1 of the State of Origin, live and exclusive on 9, but you should be here with the other 109,000 people. Sunday's footy show, hosted by the Fat Man, as the Medicab comes out for Richie. 11 o'clock on Sunday. Guests include Jeff Tuvey, Craig Smith with headache, Jason Hetherington, legend of league Royce Simmons. Talking of Jason Hetherington, I was going to make the point, Peter, you were talking about congratulating the selectors, and you touched on a few of the players. Great to see a regular number 9 dummy half in the job, and I do think Hetherington has provided Kamali with quick ball, which has helped Kamali's game. It's helped everybody. I'm a great rep for the number 9 that plays there every weekend, getting the job in the rep sides, and Jason finished up with it eventually, thank God.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but you know, Andrew Johns would have come in and he'd have done a great job there as well. But it's been a hot field, hasn't it, the hookers? You have a look at Jason getting the nod tonight, but Jeff Tuvey would have been in contention. Darren Sanders had a great year for the Tigers.
There's a heap
Craig
more.
Gower, of course, and probably have missed a couple. Danny Medeiros has been good.
Exactly. Luke Prittis wouldn't be out of place, neither would Dean Treaster, but Jason got the job. He was the incumbent, and I maintain that having a person that knows dummy half work has helped, particularly the number 7, Kamali, to have the game that he's had. Well, gee, Richie is really losing some blood out there, isn't he?
This looks like a shocking break. It's been bleeding for 5 minutes.
So the Kiwis with Jones starting something down the eastern touchline. They've gathered him in though, and that'll be a penalty and probably the bin. Penalty to New Zealand.
Yeah,
not worrying about the bin.
A great bust made, but good cover defence, wasn't it, from Brad Fittler, and then Gordon Tallis out of the scrum.
Pulatua. Craig Smith. And the dust settles on this test match. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a story of great bravado surrounding him. Tyron Smith almost through. I fancy he's played this game with concussion and injury. Craig Smith I'm talking about. Now, Levia's pass. Vainicolo, but it's gone forward. Bill Harrigan's called it back.
Professor Levy has taken over the ball-playing role. He spins one out.
Yeah,
and it's knocked forward there by Robbie Paul. No luck at any stage of this match for the Kiwis.
Sean Timmins.
Yeah, that's one.
31 to 15. The missed tackles, and you know who's made or failed to make 31 of them. Dropped off a lot of tackles, particularly first half.
That's always going to get you beaten, Ray, especially at this level. I'm sure that Frank Endicott, coming out of this game, he will be most disappointed with the ease that the Australians have scored. If you're going to concede trial, here's Stacey Jones nearly getting an intercept. We play on 6 again for Matt Rogers. But you don't mind conceding tries if the opposition have had to work for them and they get them through skill. But when you drop a couple of bombs and simple missed tackles one-on-one, then that's hard to stomach.
Webke. Chris Anderson is running with 4 forwards off the bench. 2 of those forwards, though, you could utilise them easily. Scott Hill and Chris McKenna, but Stevens, Kearns, Webke, Howe combination. It's the juggernaut that just keeps coming at you. Typical of Melbourne, really. Sean Timmins, the line is inside. Oh, he's done a pirouette to nobody. Saved the last waltz for me, and Sean Timmins hasn't got a partner.
And he deserves a try too. He's played really well tonight in both attack and defence. He's taken them on, and some good hands here through the back line by the Aussies. Good ball, that one. Good decoy as well by Jason Smith, and Timmins got through some tragic defence. And then the dummy, roundabout he goes, round the hurdy-gurdy.
Lovely pirouette.
Lovely. Good stuff.
Yeah, just have a look at these attempted tackles from, firstly, Tony Pulatua. That's him coming and missing now. And then Stephen Kearney, who I've got to say has been absolutely outstanding in a beaten team tonight. And then the little dipsy that throws the dummy, Robbie Paul. Well, he had 3 or 4 players coming at him. You can forgive him for that, I suppose, but you still would like to see him tackle somebody. And Sean Timmins swivels around to score, but all the lead-up was done. The Australians keeping the ball alive, and eventually Timmins finding his way through.
Lovely touch of ballerina there from Sean Timmins. Rogers converts. Where are we now? 40 points to 0, 71 minutes gone. Bossy from the blimp.
Well, not quite from the blimp, but looking at the blimp shot, Sean Timmins is one player who tonight has really taken a giant stride towards booking a place in that World Cup squad at the end of the year. He's only playing his 3rd test tonight. The centre positions were one spot that was totally in the balance as of, well, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But Sean Timmins came with a rush, and he's lived up to expectations tonight.
Shallow kick-off from the Kiwis. Matt Rogers with 16 points now. He's 2 points away from equaling the record by an Australian against the Kiwis. So he's having a real run of records, isn't he? Matt Rogers, if he can get another couple of points. John McDonald, that's Crackers McDonald. I think he was the first Origin coach, wasn't he?
He was back in 1980, yeah. Mick Cronin and Rod Wishart, all with 18 points. And here's a chance he might get to level it very soon, as the Aussies are on the attack.
And 44-0 was the biggest winning margin, or 44 points is the biggest winning margin by an Australian team over New Zealand. So that's only 4 points away. Scott Hill, 22 metres away. Lockyer down the blind. Tallis coming back in, flopping it down. Kearns pushing it away. Hetherington on. Intercepted by Stephen Kearney. Kearney to the halfway. Kearney to the 40-metre line. Jones supports. what a game he's had, as Peter said, in a beaten team. Stephen Kearney. Kidwell, 22 out. Robbie Paul back to the blind side for Kidwell. Timmins shuts him down on right side defence. 8-3 the line breaks in favour of Australia now. Put one down for Kearney. Smith, they're close to the line. Look at that. Swain's pass long for Jones, shorter for Levere. 10-metre line. Still a chance. This is the last. Jones back. Tyron Smith getting underneath it, and he may have got it, has he not? No, it's with the Aussie.
Well, a late rust here by the Kiwis. Kearney, of course. Craig Smith has also, he's tried his guts out tonight. And a little kick here, back towards the goal post, and taken by Jason Smith.
We come back. Direct with Rogers. 40 metres out. Lockyer for Saylor. 4 points away from equaling the record. Tallis. Put down eventually by Blackmore. Now, Kamali. Fittler. Fittler! 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 He'll do it! He's there! 44-0. Kick to come for Rogers to equal, and for Australia to break the record.
And quite fitting that the Australian captain, Brad Fittler, gets the try and extends that to the 44 points that we've been talking about. Matt Rogers from the restart, they defused the bomb, picked up plenty of metres, and then again a simple task of the Australian attacking play, getting on the outside of the defender. He frees it there. You can see the man on the inside, just too slow to come across. Fittler slides in between some defenders as play continues. David Kidwell couldn't put it with Fittler, and he carried the tackle of Robbie Paul over in the corner.
44-0. Brad Fittler scores his second try of the night. In 1991, Australia beat New Zealand 44-0 at the Sydney Football Stadium. Now Matt Rogers to equal the record for most points scored by an Australian against the Kiwis. Got it away. I think he's got it. I think he's got it now. Yes, he has. He's got the record. He's equaled it. So it's 46-0. Biggest winning margin by the Australians. Andrew.
Oh, what do you say, Ray? Stop the fight. Stop it right now. Brad Fittler gets his second try for the night. The Australians just far too good, and really time for celebration. I mean, the crowd's hung around here to watch stuff like this from Matt Rogers. 2 weeks in a row getting records. Matt Rogers bangs it over, another two for him, and he rewrites the books.
So Rogers last Friday equaled his dad's record for the Sharks, 26 points in a game, and tonight his name down alongside McDonald, Cronin and Wishart. But this Australian team has broken the record. Lockyer, the pass to Rogers.
He meant that, Ray. He meant that. How good is he? Have a look at this. I hope we see a replay. What a he's done a flick pass to himself. That's not easy, Ray. That's very up. A flick pass. Whoa. Oh, outstanding stuff. Play on. Let him go.
The things that he can do. A little show of congratulations from Leslie Nicola. Nice touch. Smith to another Smith. McDonald's, of course, our Friday night's man of the match donor. We thank them again for making $1,000 available for the man of the match in the Anzac Test. Jones, Wanganai, inside ball, up the middle. Inside, 3 minutes to go. Lowry, away. Jones, across. Kearney, a fend, and then he loses the ball. He's appealing to Bill Harrigan, and Harrigan says, no, play on. Jason Smith, Ooh, gee. Larry got him. Jason wasn't looking, and he really picked him off. It was a lovely presentation before the game, reminding us of the fallen. As Scott Hill makes a break, Kamali's coming. Kamali's away. The chase is on. Kamali chased by Jones. Gets the ball away. Rogers will score. Rogers is over. It came off his legs. No knock on. Rogers scores. And he takes those 3 names away from the record book.
And I'll tell you what, he's got a long time to go in his career, and he'll break plenty of more records in that period of time. Unfortunately, such a simple bust once again from Scott Hill. Stephen Kearney didn't have the speed. He must be out on his feet. But just have a look at how Matt Rogers does not panic when that pass comes. He deliberately lets it hit his foot, puts it into the in goal area and scores the try. A great effort for him to back up way on the inside anyway. But Scott Hill again creating, and beautiful finishing from Rogers, just keeping a cool head at all times.
Wasn't it lovely how Brett Kamali just held that pass up right till the death? He knew he was going to get nailed. He held it up, perfect pass, although it hit the knees of Matty Rogers, and he knows he's done something special here tonight. He's got his mum and dad in the crowd. They must be so proud of him.
Well, I mentioned earlier that his mum has been battling ill health, Carol, and Matt dedicated last Friday night to his mum, and I'm sure he'll make a similar dedication tonight. This is for 24 points, most points in a test match went to Des White, the New Zealander. He got 22 in 1952. So this is for 24. So Matt Rogers is about to break another record from right in front. He converts his own try. There goes Des White. There goes Crackers McDonald, Michael Cronin, Rod Wisher. They're all gone. Falling to Matthew Rogers. Andrew.
What a night, and aren't we seeing some emerging superstars? Certainly Scott Hill, Brett Kamali arise on the international stage, and I reckon Matt Rogers is already there. He was a hero in the Tri-Nations final last year, got a whole swag full of points, and tonight, well, he's taken home luggage like you wouldn't believe. Another 2 to Matt Rogers. It is well and truly over. Full-time 52-0.
52-0, and Matt Rogers scores 50 points in a week of rugby league. 26 and 24. Australia defeating New Zealand 52 points to 0. Tremendous Australian effort. Records falling all around us. Matt Rogers, 2 of those records. Chris McKenna, one of the wounded. Biggest winning margin by an Australian team over the New Zealanders, eclipsing 44-0 in 1991. 52 points to 0. Australia defeating New Zealand tonight. We will take a break. Then Peter and Paul Harrigan will wrap it up. And Andrew will have the McDonald's $1,000 man of the match for you. Thank you to the Goodyear Blimp boys. Well done. As we take this break, we'll be back at the Stadium Australia in just a moment.
7:30 tonight.